Cemetery Oddities. Today we're in Prairie Home Cemetery right here in Waukesha, Wisconsin. A famous guy is buried here, Les Paul. We're going to take a look at him. We're going to take a look at a space tombstone, a state of Wisconsin tombstone, and many more odd tombstones right here in the cemetery. I'm going to stop yapping. Let's go check out a few. I'm going to show you a stone that's very interesting, but I'm going to read you the meaning of this stone. November 18th, crews from the Utah Department of Public Safety were doing a routine helicopter survey of sheep in the area when they spotted something metal glistening from the desert floor. When they took a closer look, planted firmly in the ground, a structure quickly grew in comparisons to the monolith in the classic science fiction film 2001 Space Odyssey. Here in southern Wisconsin, no one seems to be as thrilled by the phenomenon as science fiction film buff and former Waukesha alderman Randy DeMitt just happens to have a monolith of his own. About a year ago, the retired Brookfield water and wastewater utility employee worked with Prairie Home Cemetery to have an 8-foot tall monolith installed as a future headstone. This is interesting, guys. Made of black granite, towering headstone includes an etched image of the Milky Way. And this is it. That was a quick little explanation of what you're about to see. This is a tombstone, future tombstone, because he's still alive, of Randy R. DeMitt. I came here in peace with goodwill. He was born in 1957. Now it says died and resurrected in 1959. That's because he nearly drowned in 1959, but he was resuscitated and brought back, and his death date isn't there yet. He's still alive and with us. But this is from the movie, inspired by the movie 2001 Space Odyssey, and inspired by the 10-foot tall monolith in Utah. And look at that. There is a QR code on here of Randy DeMitt. I'm gonna let it sit here. Maybe it'll work with you. Maybe it'll work if you could take a picture of that with your cell phone. I'm gonna try doing it with mine and see what I come up with. As you can see, I'm taking a picture of it. Here we go. As you see, it's coming up. When I took a picture of that QR code, the only thing that came up was this. It's an image of a flower. So I'm not sure. A lot of these cemeteries have these QR codes on the tombstone, and you could take a picture of that with your phone, take a picture of the QR code, and a video will pop up of the person that is buried there. It's really quite, it's a new thing in cemeteries, but that is the unique tombstone of Randy DeMitt. I give you the state of Wisconsin tombstone, shaped like the state of Wisconsin. Why? Because Lee Sherman Dreyfus, which was a war veteran, was the governor of Wisconsin in 1979 to 1983. He was born in 1926 and died in 2008. This is his wife, Joyce Dreyfus, 1927 to 2012. And now him and his brothers served the state of Wisconsin, and we're going to go around the back here. And what an appropriate tombstone for this family, because this family served the state of Wisconsin. 6 Dreyfus brothers arrived in Wisconsin from Germany in May of 1847. Since then, family members have served this state as postmaster, justice of the peace, school board members, state PTA president, professor, chancellor, corporate president, county executive, chief of the staff, state administrator of children's services, district attorney, circuit court judge, and governor. Now that is a family that serves their state. That is awesome, and that is why they have the state of Wisconsin tombstone. Beautiful. At Prairie Home Cemetery, there is one very famous tombstone that I can't pass up. Les Paul, the guitarist and guitar creator of the Les Paul guitar. This is his monument here at Prairie Home Cemetery. Let's look at this for a moment. Let's first by looking at his gravesite. Lester Pulsfus, or Les Paul. Born in 1915, he died in 2009. And you have his wife, Evelyn. Great. And his wife, Evelyn, died in 1989. Now, along the gravesite is all of his accomplishments. Here's a list of his accomplishments from 1958 to 2001. And you guys can kind of read through that a little bit to see. Look at that. And he won so many things, Grammys and all kinds of stuff. He got inducted in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1988, just to name a few. Grammy for Technical Achievement, 2001. Gold records, 36 gold records. Oh, here's some more achievements. All the way to 2010, some more achievements. Lifetime Achievement, 2004, an Emmy for Lifetime Achievement in Engineering. Really, really cool. And here's some more sayings on these walls here. In the 1970s, multiple health challenges slowed Les, but never stopped him. In 1984, he was back on stage performing every Monday night in New York City. Some interesting reading here about him. I mean, you could come here and visit. This is a Prairie Home Cemetery in Waukesha, Wisconsin, and there's his guitar, Les Paul. You can see all kinds of guitar picks that people have put there, along with some coins. And then you got some more readings about him. Really interesting. So that is the Les Paul Monument here at Prairie Home Cemetery. If you're in the Waukesha area, I would highly recommend coming and visiting this. If you're a guitar buff and you loved Les Paul, I would say come here, because there is a lot of writings and interesting information about him on these walls that I could sit here for another hour and show you everything written here, you know. But it's pretty cool to come. It's a beautiful cemetery to come visit. There's all kinds of beautiful trees, and it's a very peaceful place, very shaded areas if it's a hot day to walk around. But that's Les Paul. Right now we're going up to a stone that I'm kind of being nosy about. About a half hour ago, there was a huge group of people standing around this stone. Had to have been 20 people. I thought it was a funeral, but they were visiting this lady, Deborah Denise Sagert. Look at this beautiful stone. They were all gathered around. You could see they put flowers down. Grammy. 1950, she died in 2020. Beloved sister, mother, wife, and grandmother. It's just a beautiful stone. It's got all kinds of love stones around there. But when they all left, I'm like, I was just kind of curious of, who they were visiting. But then when I saw this stone, I'm like, that's a beautiful stone. And that's Deborah. Very nice. Rest in peace, Deborah. You got a lot of people that still love you that visited you just now. This is the Cook Hadfield obelisk. Now, what makes this so interesting is I've never seen this before. Another rare thing I've never seen in an obelisk is a hand at the top of it. Look at the finger pointing upward. Big hand up there pointing upward. That's kind of interesting. Let me know in the comments if you've ever seen anything like that. I've seen smaller versions or ones that are in the, but never one that's on top like that. Let's see who this is. There's a few different families, Hadfield and Cook. This is the Cook family. There's Thomas, he died in 1900, 1824 to 1900. 1832 to 1886. And Amy Bell, oh, she was a baby. She was born on April 1st, 1867 and died October 26, 1867. Then you got the Hadfields. I can't really see that. You see George, he died in 1910. It's very hard to read. And then Silvernail. So you got three different families here. 1892 for Conrad and Elizabeth. I think that's 1898 to 1888 to 1898. It's only 10 years old. But here's a cool finger at the top. Then we got Sylvia Green here. Died in 2019, but a beautiful newer tombstone here. Sylvia was a follower of Christ, a loving individual to all she met. She is missed by all. It's got some nice beautiful birds on the top of her stone. Let's see if there's anything on the other side. Nope, nothing on the other side. There's an interesting face on this stone over here. Now I cannot read any of it. It's all faded out. He must have been a historical figure, an older stone. Huffman. As you can see, it's kind of an interesting bust of him. But I mean, everything is just worn away. Let's see. Okay. He was born in 1825. Oh, wait. This is Annie, wife of John Huffman. She was born in 1825 and died in 1896. Let's see. This is Jerry. Looks like 1927. And then Marie, his wife, died in 1945. But Mr. Huffman here, his dates are right here, but they're so far faded out that I can't even make that out. But an interesting bust of him. It's a cool old stone. Not in bad shape. It's not in too bad a shape other than the faded wordings there. The stone itself is in pretty decent shape yet. All right, the last thing I'm going to show you is this amazing fountain here at Prairie Home. This thing is so beautiful. I wish it was actually on. This was a donation from the Manfred Hannah Newman family in 2017. But look at the detail in this artwork. And I'm just going to go around it slowly and let you guys soak this in. This is some artwork. It would be really beautiful if it was on. But it's an amazing fountain. You know what my favorite one is? My favorite one is this one. She's holding a harp. Look at her face. And then on top, then you've got the lions. This is where the water actually comes out. And then you've got the winged horses. And then on top, you have a baby up on top. That is a really, really cool fountain. Okay, that'll do it from Prairie Home Cemetery in Waukesha, Wisconsin. It's a beautiful cemetery. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you at the next amazing tombstone.